All right. So those that may be watching, or those that may see this later, this is a test stream that I'm doing. Simply just a test. Uh, I'm not even. I'm not even for sure I'm allowed to stream a track feed, but nevertheless, this is something that I'm obviously into. I've spoken it about on multiple occasions, and I decided to do a race and see how it goes. So let's kind of get into it here. So I actually hit this first race at Gulfstream. I had the 3 and the 9, and luckily the 3 was able to win at very good odds. I believe he went. I believe he closed in at 14-1. So I played a daily double going into the next race, into race the second race here at Gulfstream. And the horses that I played in the race two are going to be, or the ones that I already have on my ticket, are going to be the 4, 7, and the 8. Um, this being my first time doing this, I'm really kind of actually not prepared. So I need to find a way to put a program up so I can um, show what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, the obviously the 4 is a favorite going into this race, but it's a maiden special weight for 2 year olds. And the biggest advantage that the 4 has over all the other horses is that it's trained by Wesley Ward. Wesley Ward is an excellent, excellent, excellent 2 year old trainer, probably the best in the country. And, there's a reason why he's the chalk because obviously Ward always brings live runners um, when it comes to 2 year olds. He's not really known for his 3 year olds, 4 year olds, and so forth. He's more known for his 2 year olds. So I'm expecting for this quote unquote baby race for him to be the one to beat in this one. Number 4, Breakthrough. In addition to that, Tyler Gaffalione rides. So obviously you're getting a great jockey, and you've got probably the best 2 year old trainer uh, training him. So that's the reason for the 4. Um, and actually, this is a this is actually going to be the first runner for Kentucky Derby winner Nyquist, and so we're going to get to see if what kind of stallion Nyquist ends up being. So moving on, we'll do the 7 full send. Uh, Biggest reason why I even considered the 7 was that it was coming in with some good works, been working really well, and it seems with this being a maiden special weight 2 year old race, baby race, speed is can sometimes be king. It's only 4.5 furlongs, and when you see a horse running really quick times in the morning, uh, it may suggest that they kind of have a leg up on the competition as far as their understanding of what they're doing, and in addition to that, they also just their bodies are a little bit more developed than the other ones, other horses in the race. So um, running quick times, and just to me seems like a logical play. Last but not least, I'm on the 8 horse as well, Hyper Focus. And this horse has a win early pedigree, again baby race, and had a really nice drill on 417 and you're getting a combo of you're getting a triple kind of threat here combo of Irad Ortiz as the jockey, who just completely dominates Gulfstream, just completely dominates. You're getting a trainer in Todd Pletcher, one of the best trainers in the country. No doubt about it. Obviously, he gets his 3-year-olds really ready to go for Derby races. So um, you always have to pay attention to his 2-year-olds leading up to the 3-year-old season. And then you're getting Rapoli as the owner, so who obviously is a really good owner, and he's usually always has some pretty good horses. He's not afraid to spend um, his money at auctions and get the big horses. So to me, 4, 7, and 8 make all the sense in the world to be played here in this particular race. So, uh, with that being said, pretty much that's where I'm leaning towards in this race, and yeah, that's the deal. I'm also going to play. I'm also going to play the early pick four, and you know I hate to. I don't like to usually spend a lot of money on pick four tickets. Uh, my favorite type of bets in horse racing are daily doubles and pick fours. I'm not really a pick five or pick six player. I don't like to do trifectas or exactas. I'm not a superfecta kind of player. You'll never see me hitting a superfecta because I'm never playing them. I want to play. I want to play daily doubles, big daily doubles. Okay, and I want to play pick fours. Now, when I say big daily doubles, I'm talking. I want to play $10 daily doubles, $20 daily doubles, things like that. If I get really crazy, we're talking about $100 daily doubles. Now, the great thing about horse race betting is you can always do. You can always take a little and turn it into a lot. Uh, Obviously, that's you know that sounds easier than said than done, but if you're a baller on a budget, you don't have to play the $10 variety. You can play a $5, a $2 daily double, and if the right horses come in, if the right horses win for you, you can still get a nice payoff. You can still get a nice, you know, you can still get a nice score. Pick fours, the only way I ever play pick fours is I usually play them for $1, and I've seen a lot of people play for 50 cents. If I'm really spreading out on a ticket, I'll play it for 50 cents. But in this particular sequence, this early pick four sequence at Gulfstream, I'm going to do a $1 pick four that is actually going to cost me $144. And the reason why it's going to cost me $144 is because I'm going to use so many combinations in every single in all four races. This sequence is going to go from race 2 all the way to race 5. So we're gonna try to pick the winner in race 2, 3, 4, and 5. And almost in every race in this sequence, well, heck, for sure in every race in this sequence, I am picking at least 3 horses. Race 2, I'm taking the 4, 7, and 8, which I've already spoken about. In race 3, I'm taking the 3, 6, and 12. Race 4, I'm going to spread out even more. We're going to go 2, 6, 10, and 11. And then in race 5, we're going to do the 1, 3, 5, and 9. Now, you might say, well, what's the point of picking so many horses in a race? Well, the idea of that is, at the end of the day, this is horse racing, so anything can particularly happen. Anything can happen. Okay, anybody, literally most. Look, not all the horses can win, right? But you just never know. I mean, 99 to ones are going to come in. So the idea here is you want to cover your bases with the ones that you really like, and then you also want to try to pin a couple scores in there. So this particular race, we went 4, 7, and 8. If 9 to 5 wins on the 4, obviously being the favorite, that's not ideal for a pick 4 ticket, but it keeps us going to the next race. What we really would like to see happen is the 7 to win at 5 to 1 odds. We want the best possible odds to win in each and every race. The better odds it wins in each and every race, the greater the return after all 4 races have been run. Again, in a pick 4 ticket, you need to hit every single race. You could essentially pick all the horses if you wanted to. You could literally hit the all button, but it's going to cost you even more. Now, you take how you come up with how much the ticket costs is you have to multiply what you pick in every single race, and that will lead out to why it ended up costing you what it did. So if you singled in this race, for example, let's just say you took the 4 horse, you took the favorite, and then you said I just want to spread. Well, that how much that ticket's going to cost, depending on how many you pick, is going to be determined by how many horses you picked in those races. So it may not cost that much. When you pick 3 horses in every single race, though, in some races, I'm taking 4. Now you're getting into $144 territory. Now, I mentioned that I also do daily doubles. So before this race, I said I did the 3 and the 9, and I'm doing a daily double here with the 4 and the 7. So I did $10 daily double. You take 3 times 2, 3 horses in this one, 2 in the previous one. 3 times 2 is obviously 6. So I did it for $10. That's going to end up costing me $60. So I have a $60 ticket right now. And the only way my ticket wins is if the 4, 7, or 8 comes in. The payouts for those, the wheel pays, are based on the pools in which how everyone else bets. Okay? So the 4 will pay $525 if it wins. The 7 will pay $874. And the 8 will pay $744. So now if you had done that for $1, let's say you did it for $1 instead of $60 or instead of $10 like I did, the payouts are the same except the decimal point moves. So if you just did it for $1, it would have cost you $6. The payouts would be $52.50 for the 4 horse. The 7 horse would be $87.40, and the 8 horse would be $74.40. So again, if you did it for $100, it would cost $600, and you just move the decimals based on what the wheel pays are. So it's not very hard. It's basic math. It's just not that difficult to figure out. So nevertheless, what we have essentially done, because we were able to take a decent long shot in the previous race at 14 and 1, we've now been able to give ourselves value with the 4 horse who's 8 to 5. Okay, so that's the idea in horse racing and that's why I like playing daily doubles. That's why I like playing pick 4s, because every single race there is a favorite, obviously, right? Every single race there's going to be a favorite, and most of the time, I will say that in horse racing, I believe the stat is somewhere between 32, 33% of the time the favorite wins. But obviously, there's a greater number there where the favorite doesn't win. Okay, so you don't ever want to try. You never want to be on the favorite, because obviously you're not going to get a good return for them. But sometimes you just simply have to take him. Now, obviously, we talked about the reason why we're taking the 4 horse in this race because of Wesley Ward, because of the connections that are with this, what is a baby race, and they're going to be really tough to beat. But the idea in horse racing is to try to beat the favorite, and the hope is our 7 and our 8 horse is going to be the ones that are going to do that. So, again, if you're watching along, or if you're taking in this video, we're going to actually watch this race, and then I'm just going to shut her off. This is just simply a test that I'm trying to do here. Something I'm thinking about doing on this particular channel more and more. I got to figure out if I can even do it, even if it's possible. But I've been having some people reach out to me saying that they would like for me to do some streaming on horses. So I'm trying to figure out how the best way I can go about doing that, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to be able to accommodate the people that are wanting to do it. I want to help this particular sport grow. I enjoy this sport. It's probably right there up there being my favorite sport, and it's very it's very misunderstood amongst the national media. And in my opinion, if you're a person who enjoys gambling, okay, a lot of people gamble on football, a lot of people gamble on fights, you gamble on cards, casinos, whatever. To me, believe it or not, I have gambled on anything you can possibly think of. To me, the best thing that you can gamble on is horses. And I mentioned it earlier, it's the best bang for your buck that you possibly can get. It's the best. You can do so much with so little in horse racing. I'm not saying a person should gamble cheaply, right? You should always have a pretty nice bankroll. You go to a casino, you bet on a football game, whatever, you should have a nice bankroll to start out with. The more money you got, the more that's in your bankroll, the better chances you are that you're going to walk out of there, walk anywhere out a winner. Um, Unless you act stupid. You got $500, you go in there, you put $500 on a blackjack table, you lose first hand. Well, now you don't have $500 anymore. So the idea is to be methodical and as smart as you can with your money. At the end of the day, gambling is all about math. If you do not understand basic math principles, then you're going to lose at gambling. That's just facts. So, I think horses are the look. Let's just take this race for example. I can pick the 3 horse right now at 30 to 1. Now I don't like the 3 horse in this race. I like the 4, 7, and 8, and I don't think 3 horses is going to win. But again, I can take $2, and I will win at least somewhere between $60 to $62 on $2. $2. You can't bet on a football game and win $60 with $2. Not unless you do some wild parlays that you need to hit. You can do so much with so little in horse racing. It's true. It's simple. It really is. Now again, I like the sevens chances, for example. 6 to 1. You take $100. Granted, I wouldn't recommend taking $100 betting on a race unless you really, really like the horse. But you could take $100 and you're going to profit. You're going to add $600 to your bankroll, at least $600 if he wins. Where can you do that in a football game? Taking a big, yeah, you can take a big dog, but we all know how football works. It's very tough that a dog at that size, you're talking about a dog that more than likely will be 14-point dogs winning outright. How often does that happen? Everybody bets football, and so many people miss out on, in my opinion, a very profitable thing such as horse racing. So they're getting ready to go into the gate here. We are on the 4, 7, and 8. I am hopeful. I've got the 4, 7, and 8 to open for the opening leg of my early pick 4, and I've got the 4, 7, and 8 to close out a nice daily double. If the 4 wins, $525. If the 7 wins, $874. If the 8 wins, $744 is coming back to me. Obviously, I'm hoping the 7 wins. We're talking about $874 on a $60 ticket. Even if the 4 wins, $60 ticket would return back $525. I will take that all day long. I can take $525 and play with that for the rest of the day. I took that. That's the idea. That's the idea. So here we go. 4.5 furlongs. This race is going to go quick. It'll be fast. 2-year-olds, maiden special weight. I don't know if I have my sound on, so you'll have to forgive me on that. And here we go. So the 6 completely missed it, and there we go. The 4 is straight out to the lead. This is what Wesley Ward does. This 9 here, we want this 9 to go away. Not good. But here comes our 7 and our 8. Pace could be a little high here. The 9 is our only concern right here. The 9 is our only concern. We'll see how much he's used, though. 8 and 7, the 7 and 8 have set a great trip. The 4 and 9 have had all the pace here, and 7 and 8 have had a perfect trip right here. Let's see if we get on the outside. Here comes the 8. 9's fading. 8's got him. 8's got him. That's nice right there. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted right there. That is going to be a $744 winner for old Pizzle right here. And what did we talk about? What did we talk about the 8? What was the reason? Now, the 8 was 5-2, which means he was the second choice on the betting board. So it's not like we picked a long shot there. But we talked about Irad Ortiz as the jockey. Best jockey at Gulfstream. Best jockey in South Florida. We talked about Todd Pletcher as the trainer, one of the best trainers. He's been a little chilly in 2020. Granted, with all the stuff going on with Corona, you can make an excuse. But he's been one of the best trainers in the country. Won a couple Kentucky Derbies, and you've got Rapolo Stables that usually goes out and gets nice horses. So obviously, that horse in a 4.5 furlong. That race might be a little short for that horse right there. Hyper Focus. When they go a little longer, he may be even better. But if Irad Ortiz gets on a horse at Gulfstream, you better take note of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just wanted to do one race, just a test, see how it goes, and hoping to do more. Thank you guys for joining in with me.